All right, so today we are putting together 3.5 and 3.8. We are working, that's a W by the way, with sets. So first of all, I need you to understand what a set is. A set is nothing more than a list of items. Those items can be letters, they can be numbers, they can be colors, they can be animals, they can be anything at all. It's just a list of stuff. Okay? A subset is a group from the larger set. All right, so here's my example number one right off the bat. If I give you the set A, B, C, and I want you to list all subsets, we're going to have to put together all combinations of that set. So, for example, one subset could just be the letter A. Could just be the letter B. Could be C. So I've done each individual one. I can also have A and B together in a subset. So if I have A and B, what else could I probably have? B and C. And how about A and C? Okay? So I've done individuals. I've done combinations of two. You can also do all of them, A, B, and C, and we can do none of them. Does anybody remember what it's called when there's nothing in there? Empty set, exactly. So you can either leave it empty or we can put a circle with a line through it. That is our empty set. So what we just did here listed all possible sets are what you have to do for the first three problems. Questions at all? Yeah, it's first three on the first page. Okay? All right, next thing I want to talk about. There's hardly any problems. Chill it out. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is complement. That's another one of your words. The complement are the items not found in the set. And the notation for a complement is whatever the set is. So like set A, you put a little prime right here. So here's what I mean. Let's say I have the original set is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I tell you that set A from this universal set is 1, 3, and 5. The complement to that, so A prime, are all the ones we didn't use. Well, what didn't we include? 2 and 4. It's literally all it is. Okay? So for example number 2, given the universal set U is equal to 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, and the set A is 2, 6, 9, and 10, find A prime, which means find the complement. So A prime equals, and we draw a little bracket thing. What's the only thing that wasn't included in A? 4, exactly. And that's it. This is what you have to do for the last 2 questions on the first page. Questions at all? Doing okay? The first example is the first 3 problems on the first page. Yes. You're going to do it on paper. Is that what you mean? It's out of your book. It's out of your book. Okay. All right. So, moving on. Everybody's good? I can go to the next page yet? Just a minute. Okay. All right. So, on the next page, moving to the next section, there's some vocabulary we need to talk about there. The first word is union. That was one of our vocabulary words. Union means all items or elements combined. And the notation for a union is just a U. Where have we seen that before? Yes, our OR problems, which are combining 2 things together. That's what we're doing here. The second thing I want to talk about is intersection. In the intersection is elements in common in both sets. The notation for an intersection is an upside down U. That means intersection. What is happening in both of them? Okay? So, example number 3. If I tell you set A is 1, 2, 3, 4, and set B is 3, 4, 5, 6, first thing I want to know, what is A union B? So A union B means I want everything from both of them. We want to put them in the right order. And if they're in both, you only want to write it once. So the union of the 2 sets is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Includes everything. Yeah. How about keeping the same sets up there? What if I had A intersected with B? It is 3 and 4. It's what is in both of them, where they overlap each other. What's in common? Right? 3 and 4 are in both of them. It's here and here. So that's the intersection. All right, are we okay? All right, so let's just take it up a little bit. Here's example number 4. Let's say I have set A is. Now this is a different notation. Instead of them being listed, it could be written like this. X is all X values for which is a whole number odd and less than 9. So first of all, a whole number means it has to be positive, right? And less than 9. Okay, the second set, we're going to say for B, let's say X is integers greater than 3 and less than 10. And I want to first do A union B. So when you come across a problem that looks like this, what I recommend is actually writing it out as a list. Instead of having those letters or those words there, I mean, that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to us, right? So let's go back to A. What does A really mean? X is a whole number, so it has to be positive. Positive counting number, right? Odd and less than 9. What are those? Do I include 9? No. Good. Very good. Don't include 9 because it's less than 9. How about for B, integers greater than 3 and less than 10? What are those? Good. Awesome. So I recommend when you get that in your book just to write those down because it's going to be easier to work with that way than with those words there, right? All right, so if we're going to do A union B, that means we're going to combine the two groups together, right? The two sets together. So I've got to take all of these and all of these all in one. We have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, that includes everything? Okay. What about if I did A intersected with B? 5 and 7. Very good. 5 and 7. If you'll notice, we have 5 in both, and we have 7 in both. Questions, you guys? How you doing? Okay. All right. So I can go to the next thing, or do you want another example of this? We're good? Are you guys sure? Okay. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is a Venn diagram. When we talk about a Venn diagram, the number of sets is the number of circles. Okay? In a Venn diagram, if it's 2 sets, then you would have 2 circles overlapping with this section right here as that's the intersection, right? That's what both sets have in common, is that middle section right there. If it was 3 sets, you would have 3 circles, so 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom. And the section right in the middle is where all 3 of them intersect. Here is where the top 2 intersect. Here's where these intersect. And in this one, here's where these intersect. So we're going to actually do a few Venn diagrams. And then I'm going to be done. Okay? Whoops. I don't know what that was. We won't even think about it. All right. So example 5, right? Okay. All right. Draw a Venn diagram for A equals the letters A, L, E, G, R, and for set B, we're going to go with the letters G, E, O, M, T, R, and Y. Does it? Yeah, it's just letters. Okay, so we have 2 sets here. I'm going to make 2 circles overlapping to do a Venn diagram for the 2 of these. This circle on the left is set A. This circle on the right is going to be set B. In the middle is where you should start. Where do they overlap? Where is the intersection between the 2? E and R and G, right? So we've used E, R, and G. Does everybody agree? In the left-hand side, in this part of the circle, we're going to put everything left from set A, which is just A and L. Over here, we're going to put everything left from set B, which is O, M, T, and Y. That's our Venn diagram that represents these sets. Huh. All right, example number 6. Example number 6, this will be the very last one. Are you ready? Example 6. Draw a Venn diagram. 2, represent set A, which is, oh, let's say pig, green, A, 3, and 7. Set B is, how about dog, duck, whoops, B, 3, and triangle. I don't know. Wanted to show you it could be anything in there. And set C. In this one, how about if we have a pig, dog, 3, triangle, and bear. I heard bear. Is that what I heard? Oh, well, we're going with bear. All right. So we have 3 sets, which means we have 3 circles in our Venn diagram. Yes? Nope, this is it. All right, so I'm going to do 2 circles intersecting on top, and then 1 circle on the bottom. So on the left, this is set A, on the right is set B, and on the bottom is set C. First thing I need is the very middle. What is in all 3 sets? The 3, I agree. So I'm going to put a 3 right here in the middle. So that means that I've taken care of 3 in all of them. Okay. Now let's start with the intersection between A and B. Are there anything else in common in the first 2 sets? Okay. Is there anything in common between A and C? That would go right here. Pig. Pig. All right, so pig goes right here. What would go in this section? That's the intersection of B and C, which is dog and triangle. All right, so we've got pig that we used in both of them. I'm going to cross that out. In this one, we use dog and triangle. All right. Now the rest of circle A is whatever left over, which is green, A, and 7. Over here in this part of B is everything that's left over in B. Duck and B, very good. And down here in C, just bear. All right. That's all you have to do. Are we good? I really need you guys to get started on this because I know, as easy as it sounds, there's going to be questions. You will not need a calculator. Okay? All right. Guys, we're going to get started right away because I need to walk around and there's going to be questions. It's something different you've never done. So let's get started.